It seems like Netflix has done something else that's offended a particular group of people and fans. They've made Q Force on Netflix a superhero show or movie where basically it's about the alphabet sex cult coming together and being a superhero group. And people are offended by this, and you can tell based upon the like dislike ratio for the trailer. Right now it stands at 4.3 thousand likes and 40,000 dislikes. And all I have to say about it is Netflix has done worse. In fact, they have done criminally worse with, of course, Cuties Netflix. Cuties is a movie that was made by some French people, but it still got distributed by Netflix and is still on Netflix. And that involved child pornography because they cast 11-year-olds and 13 to 14 at the oldest, 11 to 13, 14-year-old girls to basically sexually gyrate and gesture on screen for people to see, millions to see. Talking about pedo bait, it was blatant pedophilia. Now, you could put it under the category of softcore pedophilia because, bodies weren't naked and intercourse wasn't occurring. But outside of that, it was pretty much softcore child pornography because they had their clothes on, but they were making sexual gyrations throughout the movie and doing it in the presence of adults because there were certain scenes where the girls were being kind of hit on by adult males, and then they sort of twerked and gyrated to get out of the situation. Some real insidious, bizarre shit. And they auditioned 600 girls. About 600 is the number. So there is like over 590 because, if you subtract the young girls that made the movie, there's about over 590 girls with videos out there of them auditioning for these pedos. That's what people should be reacting to, and that is what should have killed Netflix. But unfortunately, it just goes to prove once again we live in a society that is okay with child pornography, that is okay with pedophilia. All you have to do is throw out accusations of racism and sexism because the director was a so-called black female. So clearly people are more afraid to attack an issue because sexism and racism accusations are involved. So they rather not be cast as sexist and racist in order to defend children and the pedophilia that's going on. So this Q-Force thing is no big deal to me. It's a cartoon featuring a bunch of adults, and the voices are adults. I don't give a care. I don't give a care in the world. Sure, you can view it as mocking, but in reality, can you? Can you really? When you look at all of the parades and when you look at how they're making a concerted effort to let you know, hey, this person's bi. Hey, this person's two-spirit. Hey, this person's trans. Hey, this person's queer. So the mocking that you see in this trailer of Q-Force is really a reflection of the mock-like behavior that you get with everybody trying to announce their so-called sexuality. To me, this is akin to the BET Karen movie, which is pretty much a mockery of the racialists, but they take the movie seriously, and the pro-racialists are offended by that movie. But the same thing goes that goes for Q-Force goes for the Karen movie. It's a reflection of how people actually behave when it comes to issues of race. They're very they're very much of an exaggeration of what's really happening in their lives when it comes to interacting, in this case, with white women in public. When in fact, all of the true angst in their society involves conflict with each other. But yeah, so when it comes to Q-Force, when it comes to Karen, those are just a reflection of how people actually are behaving in real life today. But the real offense is still, and will always remain until we get something worse, Cuties on Netflix, which people like Steven Spielberg and other big Hollywood personalities and companies are still willing to collaborate with a company that put out pedophile material that's still on their platform. Still on their platform. The adults, the parents especially of yesteryear, would have had someone's heads over this. But now we live in a generation of adults, of parents, who can just ignore it or not care about it. That's where we are in the 2020s. Imagine where we will be in the 2030s. Probably be at child marriages by then. But yeah, Q-Force, who cares?